Welcome back to Emilee's Paper Caper and day 23 of 30 Days of Sketches. Our host is Christy of Christy's Beautiful Life. The sketch today is a wonderful 2-page sketch with 12 photos, and it's by Shannon. I will link to both Christy and Shannon's channels down in the description. Also in the description, you'll see a link to a YouTube playlist where YouTube creators who are participating in this 30 Days of Sketches are posting their videos, their process videos, and then there's also a link to a Facebook group in the description. And if you're playing along, you can post your take on the sketches into that Facebook group, and you can also see lots and lots of other wonderful inspiration and takes on the sketch. So the pictures that I'm working with today were taken at a diner in Archbold, Ohio. Audrey and I went here, and this was the first time she ever saw a jukebox. So she got a kick out of trying that. And I explained to her that you turn the cards and you put a quarter in and select your song. She picked, with a little suggestion from me, she picked Elvis, A Little Less Conversation, which was wonderful. Now, I don't think I have 12 photos, but let's see. Believe it or not, the name of this diner was Mom's Diner, and I had that on a cut apart page. And so this is going to be my page title, Mom's Diner, because that's where we were. So Shannon's sketch calls for smaller photos, and my photos are going to be a little bit larger, but I do have some things that I can trim up. Maybe like on this one, the tabletop, I don't need that. This one, we could maybe kind of trim a little bit. This one maybe trim a little bit, but otherwise I'll leave them in the 4x6 because I want the atmosphere of this diner to come through. They had so many really great authentic signs here for Dr. Pepper and just motor oil and Coca-Cola. It was really cool. And I have a couple of ephemera pieces. This one says 50s Diner, and this one says Burger Specials, and I thought these would be really cool to include on this page. For the background paper, I have this. It's two-sided. On this side, it has some really cute sundaes, but we didn't get ice cream here, so I'm going to use the striped side. I think that it is a little busy, but I think by the time I get all the photos and things on it, that this stripe will not be so distracting to me at that point. So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and crop the photos a bit, and then we will lay out the page to see how things start to fall together. I've pulled a few photo mats to use. So let's just see how we do here. Audrey wanted me to take pictures of the food, so I obliged. We had some most delicious fried cheese sticks, mozzarella sticks, that's what they're called. And then by the time we finished eating, we were so stuffed, but we ordered a piece of pie to go, and I'm not kidding you, this piece of pie was so big. We ate on it for 3 days. We ate a little bit at a time for 3 days. It was a chocolate peanut butter pie. Very, very good. Okay. As far as my photo mats, I won't matte all the photos, but I want to matte a couple of the photos that I want more attention on. And I think this one would be good because it's such a nice smile for Audrey. And maybe this one because she's looking at the menu and it shows the ambiance. So we'll do that one. And since it was the first time she ever saw Jukebox, we'll matte that one as well. Now I punched out of the back of this, so a little bit of that shows, but what I'll do is just cover it up with something. We'll figure that out later. I'll go ahead and get photos mounted. Shannon, I love your sketch. It has lots of photos. And it's a 2-page spread, which I also really love doing 2-page spreads. You could turn a single page sketch into a 2-page sketch pretty easily. You just double it up. But when you have the design in a sketch, it's pretty nice. So I enjoy when we have the 2-page sketches. Okay. I'm gonna need to experiment a little bit here. My page title's quite a bit bigger than what the sketch calls for, but maybe I can put it in the middle. We will see here. Maybe I'll put it in the middle here, and then these could serve as kind of the page title. All right, we'll see. We'll see. Guess where this is going? Scrap bin. You'll see that purple scrap again someday. Okay, so let's tell this story a little bit. It kind of happened in this order, where we sat down and we looked at the menu, and then we engaged with the jukebox, and there's a nice close-up of the jukebox. And then we ended with the pie. And my food pictures don't have to, they can kind of overlap a little bit, I think. Maybe I can make Mom's Diner go across both pages. When I was putting my page kits together and I found this cut apart paper with Mom's Diner, I was like, oh my gosh, that's perfect. It's actually the name of the restaurant. Who would have thunk it, right? Who would have thunk it? I've loosely followed Shannon's sketch here, and I've made it work for the photos that I have. I'm going to go in with my Broken China Distress Oxide, do a little bit of inking on edges. For a while there, I was using Mowed Lawn, and then somewhere along the line, I switched to Broken China. Isn't that funny? I think it's funny. All right, I want to do the background too, but I'm not going to do the center because this is where, you know, the layout, I don't want a border there, even an inked border. So I'm just going to ink these 3 sides of the left hand and these 3 sides of the right hand. These layouts will go in an album. This was during our visit to Harp Gathering. So earlier in 30 Days of Sketches, I did some other Harp Gathering layouts, and so these will be near those in the album. Now, can I remember how I had these arranged? I think so. This is my Scotch ATG. It's my favorite scrapbook adhesive. I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive on these embellishments, and I'll put those on last. Let me know what you think of my take on Shannon's sketch, and keep on scrapping and paper crafting, everyone.